I've heard of a narrative that Tinubu should either give way or out of one or two things, one will happen. And here are the two things the author said. He said he would be impeached or the military will take over. Based on what we are seeing now. And now let's look at the possible scenarios as postulated by this guy. First one, he will be impeached. Can this happen in this current setup of the House, the Senate and the House of Reps? Well, though some will say it is the most honorable thing to do to save the situation and deliver Nigeria from this monumental shame. At least it will be said the Senate intervened and did what they are expected to do at a time that is ripe. However, who would build the cards? Who would initiate the process of such an impeachment? Who will build the cards? In a house controlled by Tinubu's lapdog, Akpabio, who will build the cards? One shouldn't forget so soon that Akpabio's appointment as head in the House was Tinubu's arrangement. As far as we know, the Senate as a whole is controlled by Tinubu. This predictably would be the most subservient Senate to the executive in the history of Nigeria from 1999. Or can this be compared to an Okadibo or Saraki-led Senate? So thinking about Tinubu's impeachment would be the hardest thing to achieve with the current Senate. And this applies as well to the House of Representatives. In fact, whoever moves such a motion would hate his life afterwards, considering how the House would respond to that. Now, the second option, according to this narrative, is calling for a coup. I don't think the current setup of the military will think about that. The new security chiefs were appointed by Tinubu, and that would not even cross their minds. They wouldn't even give that a thought, considering how many senior officers were retired against the order to make them military chiefs. Aside that, the idea of a coup is gradually dying down in Nigeria. And the part of the country that is prone to such acts seems to be satisfied with the current security arrangements. Unless there is something else we may not know. The idea of a military intervention seems to come last among the options. So the only option we have is to settle this at the Supreme Court. And certainly, it will go in the favor of the incumbent president. Forget about what you hear or see, because with the current shameless judicial apparatus in the place, you don't expect to see Atiku, Obi, or any other make a headway. Watching Arise TV this morning, one of the presenters gave a clue as to what to expect. The possible outcome at the Supreme Court, yes. He said in trying to deal with the issue of forgery, the court will also look at the intentions behind it, whether it is premeditated. Of course, it has been established he went to Chicago State University. However, he didn't present a certificate as from the school. The court could say, after all, he went to the university and he did what he did because he is sure he went to the school, and that wouldn't be a question. While forwarding this, the court may decide to also ignore what the Constitution obviously says about those seeking such positions. Such a ruling is not impossible in the present day Nigeria. Others can go to hell. Those guys in wigs may not care what happens to the image of Nigeria. So those seeking justice should go to court, but should not completely hope they will get it. The power to put Nigeria right is in the hands of Nigerians who are ready to say no to this shenanigan. The judiciary is said to be the last hope of the common man, but that may not be the case as we speak. Only Nigerians can say enough is enough. And that is it. Thanks for watching. Please share widely